Today we are proudly invited our lecturers from the Utah Center for Foundation Studies, Kampar campus, Mr. Lim Kun Ying and Ms. Chong Ziling as our panelists, and they will have a quite good presents for you about today's topic: impactful OTL for educators, bridging your online teachings and learning goals with macOS. And macOS is a quite interesting system. For us, usually we are more familiar with the Microsoft, right? And today we will go through about the macOS. So if you have parents or you have friends, relatives that would like to know more about this, you can invite them to join us. Okay, and other than our panelists, we still have our moderator today, Mr. Liner. For your information, after the sharing sections, we also have a Q&A sections. If you join us through the Zoom, you can see that under the Zoom, they have Q&A columns. You can just put the questions here inside the Q&A part. And after finish the presents, we will pick up some questions and we can answer accordingly. But before that, we would like to let you know, because maybe there are too much questions and we may not able to answer all questions because we have only limited hours for the Q&A part. So we will not take up all the questions, only the selected will be answered on air. And also for Zoom is our main platform, just like now you join us. But other than the Zoom, we also have share live to our Facebook Utah for You page. So if your friends or your relative that maybe would like to join us but not able to join us through a Zoom, actually they can join us through the Utah for You page. They can just go to a Facebook, then they click into the Utah for You and they can find us and they can have the live sharing. Okay, so before now we're going to start, and now we would like to invite Mr. Liner, our moderator today, to start and introduce our speaker today. And Mr. Liner?
Yes, good morning, Tom.
Yeah, so
a moment, please, as I start to share my screen.
Okay.
So yes, once again, thank you, Tam, for that introduction and briefing. Good morning, everyone. I hope your weekend has begun really well. Thank you for agreeing to share your Saturday with us. I am your moderator for today's session. My name is Lionel. And on behalf of the Center for Foundation Studies, Kampar campus, I would like to wish all of you a very warm welcome to our session entitled Impactful OTL for Educators, Reaching Your Online Teaching and Learning Goals with Mac operating systems. With me today, we have two speakers, Mr. Lim Kun Yin and Ms. Chong Ziling. Before I introduce the speakers, if we just take a glance back over the past few months and even up to present, we certainly find that online teaching and learning have played a huge part in giving both educators and students alike a path forward amidst school closures and institution closures. And I'm quite certain that you would agree at this point that any search for tutorials or guidelines online on how to enhance these teaching and learning modes would tend to bring up mostly Windows-based tutorials, information based on Windows operating systems. While we know that this is helpful in many ways, we cannot deny the fact that it also leaves aside users of Mac operating systems, which in itself, as we know, has a very wide array of built-in mechanisms, and it has abilities to pair up with other apps to enhance the teaching and learning process. Now, our speakers today have put together a session in which they will guide us on how macOS can play a vital part in our teaching and learning process. So if you're a teacher, an educator, if you're a student, welcome to all of you. And for the next hour and a half or so, we hope to give you some very valuable insight as to how Mac can bring impact into your learning and teaching. Just to introduce the speakers. Mr. Lim Kun Yin, our first speaker, he's a lecturer with the Department of Arts and Social Science at the Center for Foundation Studies, Kampar campus. Mr. Lim has been teaching English and communication subjects for 8 years under this department. And our second speaker will be Ms. Chung Ziling, also a lecturer with the Department of Arts and Social Science. She has also been with us for around 8 years at the Center for Foundation Studies, Kampar campus at Utah. Now, without further ado, I will now proceed into Mr. Lim's section of today's webinar. And just to give you a little of insight as to Mr. Lim's background, he is in his 8th year, as I've mentioned, teaching with the Center for Foundation Studies under the Department of Arts and Social Science. Mr. Lim has always made it a point in his English classes and his communication classes, he's always made it a point to incorporate digital technology into these lessons. And Mr. Lim will now share with you some vital built-in mechanisms available on the macOS that can help enhance teaching and learning. And I would like now to pass on over this webinar to Mr. Lim. Good morning, Mr. Lim.
Morning. Hi everyone. I will be talking about the built-in features of macOS. Okay, our whole webinar is divided in 2 sections. One is on the built-in functions, okay, which will be presented by me, and the other one is all the essential apps that is useful for your online teaching and learning experience. Okay, so we'll start with the built-in features. The way we present will be partly on slides and partly on demos. Okay, so I hope you can understand, and if you don't understand anything, you can just ask. All right, leave a question in the comment, and then we'll answer. We'll try our best to answer your question. So now let's start with the built-in features. Okay, Mac is all about user experience. Okay, because when we as we have a lot of tasks to do in our online teaching and learning, of course we would like our desktops to be able to take care of all these very messy parts of our experience, right? So one of the functions that is very, very useful in Mac is the ability of creating multiple desktops. We call that the mission control. Okay, so what is multiple desktop? I will show you. So now, before we start the demo, let me explain to you a little bit about Mac. Okay, Mac is known for its very, very intuitive trackpad with a lot of gestures that you can use to enhance your experience. So now let me show you the first gesture. This gesture is actually very, very simple. You just use your 4 fingers, and then what you do is you swipe up. Okay, on your trackpad, just swipe up. Okay, I'm using a MacBook Air, so now I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, let me share you the screen. So I'm now sharing with you the desktops of mine. Okay, so now what do we do is swipe up, 4 fingers. Here we go. All right, so as you can see, we have desktop 1, desktop 2 over there, right? So what is desktop 1 and desktop 2? Desktop 1 and desktop 2 is different spaces for you to actually organize all your documents. Okay, documents, windows that you open, right? So let me show you. For example, right, let's say we have multiple windows opening, right? So I have my pages, I have my dictionary, I have my keynote over here. All right. So what do I do is I want to reorganize all these things so that I don't get confused. So 4 fingers, push up like that. All right. And then you can preview all the things you have on your desktop. And then what you do now is, let's say I would like to have my pages in another window, another desktop. So what I do is I just drag this window to desktop 2. Okay. And if I want the dictionary to be in another desktop, I just drag it up, pull it right there, and then here you go. All right. We add another desktop here. All right. So now what is the function of all these desktop is that, let's say you want to switch. Okay. For example, you are doing your slides here, right? In Keynotes. So what you want to do when you want to refer to your dictionary or your pages is that you just use your 4 fingers on the trackpad, swipe to the left, then you will switch to the pages or to the other windows. Okay. All right. And then if you want to go to your dictionary, you can just swipe over there. All right. If you think that it is a little too small, you can always increase the size of the window so that it becomes full screen. Okay. So let's say dictionary is in desktop 4, right? So now what I do is I can move the dictionary over here just right after my slides so that I can refer to it easily. Okay, just like that. Okay, so everything is very, very easy. Okay, so how do we access the mission control? First, you use your gestures, or if you don't have a trackpad, let's say you are using a desktop like Mac Mini, or you're using an iMac without buying the trackpad. So what you can do is you just click on the mission control key, which is at F3. So just click on it like that, and then it will show you the mission control. And then you just move your cursor up there, then it will show you all the available desktops. So now, what if you want to turn off all the desktops? Very easy. Just click, cross, and then everything will go back to the same window. Okay. So next. Right. So as we said earlier, multiple spaces or desktop on your Mac, right? Okay. This is also what I have mentioned just now. Multi-touch gestures, switching between spaces. Use 4 fingers. Same thing. Swipe left or right. Okay. Okay. So what if, right? Let's say, okay, let's go back to the same setting again. Right. What if you don't have a trackpad and you want to swipe left or right? You want to use these gestures. Okay. You want to switch between spaces. So what you can do is you just use this key, shortcut key, Control. You just tap on Control and then left or right. Okay. So tap on Control, right, tap on Control, left, just like that. Okay. So it's also possible to use all these gestures, all these functions without using a trackpad. Okay. But of course, for the best experience, it's good to have a MacBook with a trackpad, or you can also buy separate accessories at the Apple Store. Okay. So next, after explaining about how to organize your desktop, let's go to the next one, right? So now we go into taking screenshots and screen recording. So this is very, very important because like, for example, when we are listening to an online class and things are happening so quickly, right? And the lecturers will tend to skip to the next slides a little bit faster. So what you can do is that you can take screenshots, which you can refer to it later, okay? Or sometimes, let's say you are having this online meeting with your friends, with your classmates, and you are worried that you forget about some of the things. So what you can do is you either can take a screenshot or you can do a screen recording just to record down what you have done. Or this applies to educators as well. So let's say teachers or lecturers, you are having a group meeting, a very, very brief group meeting, you can always do screen recording just to record down. But of course, all these things, just a disclaimer, all these things have to be kept private and confidential, just between your group members, okay? So now let me show you how to do the screenshot. So shortcut key, okay? This is a very handy shortcut key. So what you do is you just tap on the shift, number 3, command, okay? All together, and then you have the screenshot. So tap it, and then you will hear the sound effect. Okay, just like that. And you will see your screenshot at the left, at the right, sorry, at the right. And then let's look at the screenshot. Okay, let me close this. All right, so what you can see is that the screenshot is already saved on our desktop. Okay, double tap on it, and you see the screenshot. Okay, so what you can do with the screenshot is that you can always rotate it, okay, rotate it, or you want to edit it, okay. There's always editing features. You want to save in different files. You want to import, you want to export it somewhere. You want to import, you want to export as PDF. You want to share, you want to print out, is also possible. All right. So let's say you want to mark up, okay. You can always mark up. You can always put a sign. Let's say you want to put a sign. You can use the trackpad to sign your documents. Okay, but what I'm explaining here is just how to do the screenshot. So about the usage of trackpad to sign documents and to do markups, I will leave it to our colleague later. All right. So this is capturing the entire screen. So Command Shift 3 is to capture the entire screen. Okay. What about selected window? So what you can do if you want to capture selected window is that you click on Command Shift 4. All right, Command Shift 4. So just like that. Okay, then you see this. And what you do is you just drag the things you want to copy, you want to screenshot, let it go. Okay, then you will appear here at the right. And then you can just click on it. Okay, then you will see the screenshot. Okay, so you can do whatever you want to do with it. All right, and yep, that is all about how to do the screenshot. So let's recap. We have two different types of screenshot mode. One is taking the entire screen, and then you can do the editing later, you can do the cropping later, or the other one is taking selected windows or selected parts of the of your desktop. All right, next we talk about screen recording. All right, so screen recording, we have this command, we have this shortcut key, Command Shift 5. All right, so what we do is we just tap on it. All right, then you will see this bar. All right, we have again just now what do we have? The screenshot feature, capturing the entire screen, or capturing selected window, or capturing selected portion. Okay, or we have now the recording. Okay, recording feature. So we have recording entire screen and recording selected portion. I usually will prefer recording the entire screen because this is just to make sure that I don't miss anything. Okay, but if you record selected portion, you can just let's say for example, you just record on your Windows, and then you won't get distracted by all the desktop icons on your very messy desktops. Okay, so let me show you how to do it, how to do recording. So let's say I choose recording the entire screen. Okay, option. Choose built-in microphone if you want voice. If you don't want the voice, you just click on none. Okay, so let's say I just want to show you the video, right? Without the voice. So I just click on recording. Okay, now what you can see is right on top, I'm not sure whether you can see it. Okay, right on top at the finder bar here, the one on top, you can see this this round icon with a square in the middle. This is the recording. So let's say now I would like to stop my recording. So what I can do is I just tap on this round icon. Oh, sorry. Just tap on it. Okay. And then you stop the recording. Right here. Okay, so now you can view your recording just now. Okay, as you can see, you can view all the cursor movement, and then you can see what is going on the screen. Okay, so if it is a meeting, you can also see what is going on with the slides and things like that. All right, that easy. Okay, so if you don't want it, you can just close it. Right, it will be saved at your desktop, categorized as screen recording. Okay. And all right, since we are talking about the desktop, I would also like to share something very interesting with you. This is a feature that is available on the Mac, which is a preview feature. Let's say you have the audio, you have the video, but you are not sure what is it about. So let's say I would like to preview what is going on. So there's a very small play button over here. You can just click on it, and then you can see, like, even though it's very small, but then at least you can see what is going on in this video. Okay, and then if you don't want it, just pause it. All right, so now that's for screen recording. All right, now let me continue to share the screen, to share the slides with you. Okay, now next, let's talk about dictionary. Okay. A lot of times we always want to find good dictionaries which we can use for assignments, to type out our reports, to search for meanings, and then to do other tasks. Okay, whether you are a lecturer, a teachers, or students, right? So this dictionary is a built-in function in Apple, okay, in a Mac, right? So what is special about this dictionary is that it has all these, all the paid feature, okay, which you need to usually buy it in order to access. So this dictionary is mainly based on Oxford. Let me show you the dictionary, all right? Let's see the desktop again. All right, so here's the dictionary. All right, so what do we have here is we have all sorts of dictionary. We have we can add on Wikipedia if you want to search for it. You want to add English dictionary, you want to add Japanese English dictionary, Chinese dictionary, Chinese English dictionary, or many more. All right, so how to search? You just, let's say sleep. Okay, I search for the word sleep. All right, so you can view it from Wikipedia. Let's say you click on all, right? You can view it on Wikipedia. Okay, and you can look at all these definition based on different dictionary, all in one page, or you can separate them by going to each different tabs. Okay, and this dictionary is not simply any dictionary. This is a very, very good dictionary by Oxford. So all the explanation, all the definition, all the examples are actually very, very accurate. Okay, so what if you want to add on dictionary? So what you do is you go to dictionary, preferences, and then there are things that you can add on. Let's say you want to add Oxford Portuguese dictionary, or you want to use, there are many other more, right? French, okay, American Writers Thesaurus, and many more. Okay, you can always explore. So this is the dictionary. Right, next, All right, for the convenience, I will stay on the desktop mode because I'm going to demo to you voice memos. Voice memo is a very, very convenient tool, especially if you're in the creative industry or you are, let's say you are studying music or you are just a lecturer trying to record down your voice just to keep yourself reminded of the ideas you have. Let's say you are on the train, you want to record your voice just to brainstorm some ideas, or you are a student, you are with your friends, you are having a meeting, you want to just record your voice. So voice memo is a very direct, straightforward method for you to record your voice. So let's see, voice memo. Okay, voice memo is actually very simple. Okay, what you have here is a record button. Okay, to start the voice memo. So let's say I start talking. Hello, hi. Right. So now stop. Okay, when you're done, just click done. And then what you can do is, now let's say we go into the mission control mode. Okay, we go to the next desktop just to avoid confusion. All right, so now what you can do now is you can replay. Okay, or let's say if you would like to save this into a solid file for you to share with your friends, you can always use the share button. You can airdrop to your friends. Airdrop is something like a Bluetooth features for you to send to another Apple devices. Or you can add to your notes, or you can send through your messages, mail, or let's say you don't want to send through all these methods, you just want to copy the file down. What you can do is very, very easy. Just drag, hold it, drag it, and throw it to your desktop. Very easy. So here you have it. It's in M4A format. You can always convert it to MP3 if you want to. Okay, and you can play it anywhere you want. So this is the voice memo, right? So now let's go to the next one. Stickies. Okay. So stickies is, I would say, a very underrated feature. People usually don't notice it, but it is actually a very, very useful feature because as we all know, when we have a lot of e-learning going on, online learning going on, online teaching going on, especially when it comes to teachers, students, you want to take down some notes, and then you have to buy all these sticky notes and you write all your points on it, or you want to put some reminders. And what will you do? Either you stick on the wall or you stick around your screen, okay, at the edge of the screen. So your laptop will look somehow very cluttered because it's all sticky notes around the screen. So what you can do in a more organized way is to use stickies. Stickies is a virtual sticky notes, okay, which you can embed it on the screen. So let me show you. Okay, so let's go to the new desktop. Okay, now we go to stickies. All right, so the default color is yellow, but of course you can always change. There are a lot of colors to change to. All right, so let's say I would like to remind myself that there's a webinar going on now, 10 to 11:30, all right, a.m. Okay, and then this is 8 August 2020. All right, so now what do I do is I can either, if I want to minimize it, I can minimize it like that. I want to stick it somewhere here, I can stick it there. I want to stick it down here, I can do it. And if, let's say I want to make it bigger so that I can write more, I can always click this. It will become bigger. I can even type the whole essay in it. Very easy, okay? So what if you want to stick it here? Let's say you want to stick it here, but you don't want it to distract what you are doing. You are worried that you click on it, okay? So you can put it as translucent, okay? And then you can open your Keynote, it will cover it. Or if you don't want it to be covered, you want it to float on top, you can always click float on top. So what you can do is drag it here. Here you go. So you have it here. And if you want to make it smaller, you can always put it like this so that you can be reminded and at the same time not disrupt your workflow. All right. So you can always modify the font to make it bigger, smaller. Okay, modify the colors. You want it blue. Okay, you want it purple. Right. It's up to you. You can even export those text. Let's say you don't want it to stay here. You want it to be somewhere else. You want to print out the notes. You can always export the text. Okay, or you want to print it. It's also okay. If you don't want it, you can just click delete notes. Okay, that's easy. All right. So so that's all for mine. Next, we'll proceed to our next speaker, which will talk about the useful apps of Mac. All right. So thank you very much for listening. See you.
Thank you, Mr. Lim. We will now be proceeding onwards to our second speaker. And second speaker for today is Ms. Chong Ziling. She has also been with us at the Center for Foundation Studies for 8 years. She will speak to us today on how Mac operating systems can be paired effectively with apps to enrich the learning experience.
Hi, good morning. So today I will be talking about useful apps. Okay, so there are many useful apps that you can install into our macOS. Okay, besides the built-in features, for example, like Microsoft Office. Okay, Adobe Acrobat PDF. Okay, so you can even use VLC to view your videos and also the audios lah. Okay, so the first thing that I will talk about will be Keynote. Okay, so in macOS, the interesting part of Keynote and also Pages, all the basic features that they have, right? Keynote is actually quite interesting to do our slides. Okay, so let's see. I show you the layout. Okay, so you can see the layout here. They will. I'm using the presentation slides that I'm using for showing you here as well lah. Okay, so you can see the structures. You can choose the view. Okay, whether you want it to be you want to show the row. Okay, you can adjust the size of your pictures and so on. You can use that way as well. Okay, you can view the size even bigger. Okay, and then if let's say you want to show the whole screen, then you can click play lah. Okay, then you want to put in any table, for example, like this. Okay, the chat. Okay, so let's say I want to start a new one. Okay, this is a new one. So why I say it is interesting, because they have a lot of templates for you to choose. Okay, so you can choose showcast. They have already actually designed for you to use it. Okay, you can even choose the one with basic white as well. Okay, so you can reuse their pictures. You can reuse their words. Okay, just change to your own content. Okay, then you can just easily use it. It's very interesting and also colorful, attractive as well. Now, let's say, for example, I'm using the basic one. Okay, this is the basic that I can use. Okay, let's say, for example, I realize that I don't like this color. Okay, I don't like chocolate or brown. Okay, then I can choose any color from the right-hand side, which is the background side. Okay, let's say I prefer this color. Then you can choose any color that you like. Okay, then you can type any words. Let's say, for example, okay, I use this one. So you can highlight it and choose any color in the background. Okay, so they will change it for you actually. So if let's say you don't like it, okay, just undo. It will go back to the original one that you have done. Okay, so like this. Now, if you would like to do the changes on the text, then you can change the font type. Okay, you can change the bold or italic. Okay, if you want to do both, you can just easily choose this one. They will do it for you. Okay, so it's up to you. If let's say you don't like bold, then only italic, then you just choose italic. Yeah, if you want both, then you can choose this one. The size, okay, you can go up, bigger. Okay, you can make it smaller. It's up to you. Okay, and then the text color, if let's say I would like to change the text color, you can choose also using this, okay, or even the color with the name, let's say purple, okay, or I would like to use pencil, look nicer, then you can go ahead with that as well. Okay, if you don't want, just close it. Now, another feature that you can try would be the image fill. Okay, what do we mean by image fill? Means you can put an image inside your words. For example, let's see, okay, I choose this image. So automatically it will change the words behind, you know, they will have a shadow using the pictures, using the image. Okay, so you can do this way also to attract your audience, okay, or you can use it, maybe you like it, so you go ahead with that, okay, shouldn't be a problem. Then you can choose the one normally, okay, we use it in our Microsoft as well. Okay, so line spacing, if let's say you go to the basic, they will only show you this field, like double space, 1.2 in Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, right? They will show you 1.15. It's a similar 1.2 as well, okay, 1.15. If let's say I want to be a little bit detailed, then you can click this one. They will show you this, okay, so you can change the number that you like. You can choose whether you want to have a spacing before the paragraph or not, or after the paragraph. Okay, they can show you, if let's say you have a paragraph, this one you can't see much lah, okay, like this lah. If let's say you would like to have bullet, not bullet, you can go ahead with that as well. Okay, you want to use the letter, you want to use bullet, okay, you can use number, okay, it's up to you actually, or none, they go back. Okay, now drop cap is something that you can do when you're doing novel, or you would like to show part of the novel or paragraphs in your slides as well. Okay, so you can do this way, they will do that way. If let's say you type longer, definitely they can show you, okay, this way. So if you don't like, then you can untick, it will go back to the original. Okay, so layout would be like you want to add column or not. Okay, if you don't want, it's okay. Text insert, you can choose whether the words will go up or go down. Okay, so these are the basic features that you can do as well. Now, another one would be animate. Okay, you can see over here, right, the right hand top corner. Okay, the animate. So you can add effect to look nicer. Okay, to give a surprise to your audience. For example, let's say I want to use blur. Then it will blur out and then show you the words. If you don't like, you want to change, then you can use something like this. Okay, they have a lot of options for you to do actually. If you ask me, compared to Microsoft PowerPoint, this one is more interesting. Okay, you can do this one some more. Okay, it's up to you. It's like kind of like Instagram effects lah. Okay, you can use that as well, not a problem. Okay, now then some of us will be thinking, if let's say I want to do something or share with somebody, but they are not using Mac, then how? Yes, definitely you can. You can change it to the one that they are okay with. So here you can see under File, Export to. You can export to PDF. Okay, you can export to PowerPoint. You can even export to movie. Okay, or animated, like the one, because I add the animated thing, right? So you can add also, no problem, or you can create GIF as well, website and so on. Okay, let's say, for example, I want to share with my colleagues or my friends or my students using PowerPoint. Okay, so you can definitely choose PowerPoint. So no password, just click next. Okay, let's say, for example, select one. Okay, so I export. So it will create the file in PowerPoint. So let's see my file. Okay. Okay, slides one. So this is already in the PowerPoint slides. So you will do the same as well. So don't worry saying that, oh, I'm using macOS, I cannot share the document with my friends or my group members or even my colleagues. Actually can. It's very convenient now. Okay, so I wouldn't say it is not compatible or what. Okay, you can save any format that you like. Okay, they will definitely view it using their normal thing. Okay, yeah. So this is the demo for Keynote lah. Okay, so the next one would be Pages. Okay, so Pages is like just now, Keynote is actually similar. Okay, or similar with PowerPoint in Microsoft or Windows PC. So for these Pages, it's a similar structures or similar functions as Microsoft Word as well in Windows PC. Okay, so you can see, I think Pages is more interesting. Sorry to say that. I like Pages a lot because they can help me to do a poster. So this is the one that we have done last time. Okay, we can do poster, we can even do documents. Okay, we have a lot of functions in using Pages. Okay, you can even do magazine using Pages. I remember I have done a booklet for some events. Okay, using Pages as well. So let's say, for example, I want to show you the new one. This is just example. Okay, so you can see they have a lot of interesting colorful, attractive templates for you to choose. Okay, so you can see they can, you want to do cookbook, you can use that one. You want to do novel, guidebook, okay, letter, CV. If let's say you don't know how the formats look like, you don't know how to adjust using the format, you can use their template to ease your work. Okay, you can do that way as well. It's okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm choosing this one, Elegant Novel. Okay, let's say I want to do a novel thing. So this is a good template for me to change the name. Okay, let's say you want to change anything, then you can change. Okay, you can type. Okay, let's say, for example, something like that, you can change the color as usual. Okay, if let's say you don't want to choose using this way, if let's say you want, you can go ahead with that. Okay, if you don't want, you can always click here. Okay, you choose the color that you like, but make sure, remember to highlight it lah. Okay, you can do this way. You like pink, you like blue. If let's say it's actually fit the background color, then shouldn't be a problem. You can do that way. Now then we move down. Okay, we move down, we have words. Okay, they have already arranged the, you know, the position for you. You just have to replace the content or replace the words using your own. Okay, so it is kind of convenient because I think most of us will have headache when it comes to the formatting and layout and also the alignment. Okay, so this is the good one. Now this is the one that I told you, the drop cap lah. So let's say I think most of us we have seen the novel before, right? So they would have a different size or different height. Let's say you don't want to be so big, then this is a small one, this is a big one, this is the color one. Okay, so it actually depends on you. So you can add also, if you can even download it. Okay, it shouldn't be a problem. So let's say go back to this. Okay, so let's say you don't want, you want make it bigger, so you can make it line 4. If you don't want, you can make it line 2. Okay, it means the A will arrange according to the lines beside. Okay, so it's actually up to you. So let's say you don't want to have, you can add a lot of words, okay, by adding these characters. So it's actually starting from the front over here lah. Okay, can then you can use bullet if you want to. Okay, same thing. You can also use image. Okay, but make sure you highlight first lah. Okay, then image field, choose. Okay, just put in. Let's say I use this one. So they will have colors as well. So if let's say it's not too distracting for you, then you can definitely use this as well lah. Okay, it's almost the same functions as Keynote. Yes. So the column, you want to add column, so it will automatically change to 2. Okay, so I definitely agree that this one is convenient. Okay, I like this one because they automatically arrange for you. It's kind of like, you know, you don't have to adjust one by one. Okay, you can do this way. Okay, you want to add borders or not, you can. Okay, they will do a separation for you. You don't like lines, you use dot. So as this lah. Okay, so these are the format, so you can click here. Okay, so document is more on like print and so on as well. Okay, so you can add in table, you can add in chart. So chart you can have 2D. Okay, let's say for example, I choose this one, they will add it. So it's kind of convenient for you. If let's say you don't like it, you can use 3D. Okay, use 3D to show. So 3D, you can move, okay. So you can move to show people the 3D side, okay, like this. Okay, so you can add text and many more. Okay, so this is the basic features that you can do lah. Text, okay, you can add anything as well. Shapes, okay. So they have a lot of convenient shapes. Let's say, for example, I do not have any idea what to put. So you can use here to do as your, what you call it, the reference, okay? So you can choose, let's say, you can do a logo using this. You can put any diagram doing this as well, okay? So you can do anything related to your topic, to your content. Okay, let's say, for example, you are talking about something related to animal, then you can use as a hint to people saying that you are talking about something. Okay, media, you can add in photos, you can add image, you can add movie, music, or record audio. Okay, so even you can add comment here. Okay, maybe you want to give some comment to your friends about this and so on. There, I don't like this. You can do that way as well. Okay, so done. If let's say you don't want, you can delete. Okay, let's say for example, the same document, I want to, I don't want to save another document. I want to show you my thinking of this. Why you don't like this? Okay, I explain to you why I like this also. You can reply. You can use the reply. Okay, let's say for example, another person. Then you explain. You can explain anything you like. Okay, and then you done. If let's say you still don't like it, then you can delete it. Okay, so I like these two. Most of the time I will be using both lah. Okay, the one in Windows, the one in macOS. But if let's say I want to do something design or attractive, then I will always go for keynotes and also pages lah. Okay, and then again, many people will say, can I use it in Microsoft Word? Yes, definitely you can. Export, and then you choose Word. Okay, as usual, no requires password. Okay, let's say for example, novel. Okay, so I export. Okay, so they will tell you that they will convert into solid color or whether compatible or not. Let's say, for example, novel, okay? So they will show you in Microsoft Words lah. Okay, so like this. Now, because this is a little bit big, okay, when they convert it, the memory a bit what, so they will somehow take longer time to actually load. Okay, so you can see the layout will be a bit different. So just to let you know, some font size, nice font size for you lah, okay, or for me. Okay, some font size that you can use in Keynote and also Pages might not be applicable in Microsoft PowerPoint and also Office. So you might need to change a little bit or edit a little bit if you want to lah. So the 3D in Pages will not be too 3D in Microsoft Words as well. Okay, but the diagram, everything will be there lah. Okay, so 2D will be as usual as 2D lah. Okay, the rest and so on. Okay. So the diagram depends on you lah, see which one you actually prefer lah. Okay, so this one done. So if let's say you don't want to save, then you can delete it. It's actually okay. Okay, now then we look at the next. Okay, so many people will say, can I use Microsoft Office on Mac? Can, no problem, definitely. Okay, so now they have special, not to say version lah, not to say edition also. Okay, the Microsoft Office in Mac will slightly different, a little bit different compared to Windows. Okay, you look nicer and so on lah. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to share on would be the Microsoft Word. Okay, let's say for example, this is the assignment that my students would like to show me. Okay, then I would like to give some comments. Okay, now I would not share on how to type the documents and so on because I think Microsoft Word, everyone is kind of familiar with that, right? Okay, so what I want to introduce or further explain on this Microsoft Word would be the draw functions. Okay, so let's say for example I have read through the document and I would like to tell them that I am okay with that. I want to have a sign. So you can use draw with trackpad. Okay, so they will actually show you a small square that they want you to sign on. Okay, again, if let's say you want to move them around, you can use 2 fingers to move them around. Okay, if let's say would like to draw, I don't have any pen tablet, then how? You can use your finger. Very easy, just 1 finger and then you sign on it. Okay, or you just say okay. You can do anything with your fingers, only fingers. Okay, if let's say you don't want it, okay, I have done this, then I just click any button, it will go back to that page. Okay, so this is what we call trackpad lah. If let's say you want to talk about this line, then you get to say okay, not okay. You can just write using your finger, a bit slow, okay, but you get used to it, it will be very, very fast lah. Then you click any button, then it will disappear. Okay, what if you have a pen tablet? Okay, you like to write a lot of things, give a lot of comments using this pen. Can, no problem. You can click draw, okay, and then choose any color you like. So these are the colors that I always use lah. Okay, so you can use purple, you can use pink, you can use red to mark. Okay, you can do marking using this as well, very convenient. Okay, if let's say you want something galaxy, okay, a bit dreamy feeling, then you can use this galaxy. Okay, this is my favorite color. So you can draw, you can see this small dot there. Okay, so if let's say you realize that this small dot is too small for you, you can choose the size as well. Okay, so you can see the size, it will get bigger. But as I said, you are doing writing, right? So I don't think you like this thick. So you can try a bit smaller. I like the smaller size lah. Okay, but a bit difficult to see when you use lighter color. I actually can, no problem. So let's say, for example, I don't like this. Then I will say change this. Okay. You can write anything you like. If let's say you don't want, you can use highlight. Okay. Beside this highlight, okay, beside this highlight, you can have this highlight as well under draw. Okay, the highlighting part. So if let's say you don't like, you can use pencil. Okay, this is the pencil. So you can do this way. Okay, change this. But pencil a bit difficult to see lah. So normally I will use pen. Okay, and I actually highly recommend everyone at least get a plan table, okay, for your teachings, for your writing. Okay, at least you give comment a bit faster. Or especially school teachers, okay, now we are still doing e-learning, right? So you want to give comments, you want to do marking, it's actually very convenient. So you can just do this and then this, okay? It's very convenient for you to do changes on it. Okay, yeah, so this is the features, the main features that I would like to talk about lah. So if let's say you want to add pen, you can add also pen, pencil, or highlighter. Okay. Now they do have other designs as well lah. Okay, the normal thing that you can do. Okay, then if let's say you don't want anyone to change your thing, especially the one with your sign, your signatures. Okay, you don't want people to copy paste and so on. Then I will actually advise you to save as PDF lah. So this is what I normally do. So I will change to PDF. Okay, and then I will save it. Okay, so they do have for, like, you know, distribution, electronic distribution, like send through email or send through any channel. Okay, or you can do for printing. Okay, it's up to you lah actually. So you can export and then you will see the thing. Okay, so this is the main features that I would like to talk about lah. Okay, then we have PowerPoint. Okay, PowerPoint similar. Let's say, for example, this is the slides that I got it from my students. Okay, I would like to give some comment beforehand, or I would like to write something, okay, during the presentation and so on. You can using the draw function. Okay, so let's say, for example, I would like to use trackpad. Okay, so you can move around. Okay, and then you can write the image. Okay, it's difficult to see because the color, the image is too bright. Okay, you can do this way. Okay, so it's actually can't see. So you can change the color, because now I'm still using the galaxy color, so you can use black and so on. So if let's say you want to move around, you move again and then you write. Okay, if you don't want, then just click like this. Okay, then draw as well. So let's see, because this color a bit difficult to look at, right? So I changed to black, and also this thing. Okay, so next slide. Let's say, for example, I would like to write, this is not enough. Okay, insufficient. You can draw out of the slides also. Okay, this is what I like about using pen tablet to do the commenting on Microsoft Office and Words, because they can draw out of the line. Okay, so they still can see. It's not a problem, they still can see. They don't just look at the slides itself, so they still can see the comment that you write out of the box. Okay, you can let's say, for example, some problem over here, you can just draw. Okay, and then you say background not nice. Okay, you can do this way. Okay, so I believe some of my students are listening now, right? So you know this is what I normally will do. Okay, so you can do highlight as well. Okay, let's say this one not nice, you can highlight using your mouse or your trackpad. Okay, if you want to change color, there are many colors, plenty colors for you to change. So I think most of us will like yellow, okay, green, pink. These are the common highlighters we have, right? So you can do this way. Okay, and again, if let's say I want to save, you can save using PowerPoint. If let's say you don't want people to change because of your signature, again, you can as well, save as. Okay, so you can choose lah, whether you want PDF, okay, but most likely they will be using PowerPoint slides except for PDF. You can use it so that the person will not take your signature out or copy or whatever it is using PDF. Okay, so this is how you do this. So it's very convenient when you have both keynotes pages and also PowerPoint as well as the Word. Okay, you just play around with it lah. It's very convenient. Okay, so now trackpad I have already explained lah, because I explained it together. Okay, so you can use these trackpads. Okay, you just switch on and then you can do 1 finger for drawing and then 2 fingers for moving the drawing windows. Okay, so pen, tablet, yes. macOS is very convenient, as in like you just plug in. Okay, you just install as usual, then you can just draw directly. You don't have to restart. Okay, so next I will be talking about Adobe Reader. Now, a lot of people will say that Adobe Reader what we can do. Okay, so let's say for example, I'm using this. You can download for free. Okay, so let's say this is the assignment or any document from your students. Okay, so let's see the basic one first. Okay, let's see the basic one. So we have a normal comment. So let's say you want to comment this sentence, you can add in. Okay. Let's say, for example, you ask them to change this, then you can post. So if let's say you want to use the existing document to reply, okay, you explain to your friends, your colleagues, or even your teachers or your lecturers, saying that I don't want to change this because of blah, 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 you can reply under this column as well. Okay, add a reply here. Okay, so if let's say you don't like it, or you can close it, okay, you can close it and then you view it again, close it. Okay, so let's say you want to delete, right click, delete it. So they will delete for you lah. If let's say you want to highlight, you can do this way. Okay, you highlight the words. Okay, then you can choose, this one is a shortcut. You want to choose color, you have to go into edit PDF. Okay, so this is the sign, you can add sign. Okay, so this is my sign as well. Okay, so let's say for example, I'm using my sign. So they will ask you, you don't have to draw it again. Okay, you can just click. Okay, and then you want to make it bigger or smaller, it's up to you. Okay, bigger or smaller. Bigger, bigger, bigger. If let's say you don't like to drag, you can click it. Okay, you can click it. Okay, let's say you want to give a tick, can. Okay, you can change anything you like. Okay, you can bangka, okay, or wrong, delete, as usual. Okay, let's say for example, my sign, I want to add. Okay, if let's say you have never used PDF for signing document, okay, then they will actually come up with this add signature for you. So let's say you want to add, they will go to this page and then ask you to draw on it. Okay, so you can type like this. So they will do a cursive for you. You don't have to draw anything. If let's say you don't like, you can draw. Okay, either you use pen tablet or you can use trackpad, okay, to sign like this. Okay, or you can put in image that you have already signed in other places, and then you crop it and then you just put inside. Okay, this one I don't have lah, because I normally would sign immediately. Okay, let's say I want this line, then I don't want to save. Okay, I want to sign every time, so it looks like different. Then you can apply it. Okay, and then you just click anywhere that you want to sign. So you can add it bigger, make it smaller. Okay, so I think Adobe is quite convenient lah. Let's say I don't want to draw, I just want to tell you it's good. Okay, so I make it bigger and then you can adjust the place. Let's say for example, this is wrong. I want to make it bigger and then I just move the cursor. You want to make it more big, it's up to you. Okay, you don't like it, then you delete it. Okay, it's very easy to actually delete it lah. Okay, so let's say for example, I don't want this word. Let's say for example, for some of us would be an English lecturer, we do grammar wrong or something. Okay, it's unnecessary words, then you can just cut there. Okay, by clicking it. So you want to add more, you want to add longer, you can drag. Okay, if let's say this dot forgot about the full stop, then you put there bigger for them to look at. If let's say you don't want, you make it smaller and then tell them you need to put a full stop at the back. Okay, this is what I normally would do lah. If let's say you want to change color, they do have other colors for you as well. Let's say red color. Okay, so you want to tell people that you're using this to mark. Okay, you can do this way. kind of convenient lah. So you don't have to draw anything or highlight anything. You just correct wrong, and so on. So this is the basic feature that you can do. Now, what if I want a little bit complicated? Yes, you can go to edit PDF. Not edit PDF. Comment. Okay, a bit slow lah. Okay, so under comment, they have a lot of features as well, besides the comment icon and also highlighting. So let's say you want to type a word with underline, you can try it, or you can, or you want to highlight this word, okay, to cut this one. Okay, you want to underline this one, like this, they can underline. Okay, you want to add text box, or you want to box it, you can do this way. Okay. So normally I will comment using different way lah. It's up to you. Okay, so let's say you don't want it. You don't want it, then you just undo. But normally we won't do this lah. Okay, so you want to type, change this. You can do this way. Okay. So this is, you can move around. Okay, you don't like, delete it. Okay. You can draw. Let's say, for example, I want to draw. I don't like using that one. So you want thick, you can do. You want a little bit thin, you can do that way also. So let's say, for example, I'm using mouse, not pen. Okay, I'm using mouse to draw. Okay, let's say, for example, I want to draw this. You can draw, maybe not perfect, but it's actually know that it's you lah. Okay, if let's say you want to use pen, can as well. Okay, so you click the pen again. Okay, just draw lah. You can do this way. Okay, a bit smoother if you use pen tablet. Okay, so a little bit faster. So let's say you want to erase it, just erase it lah. So it won't affect the words, the original words that you use over there. So they will just clean the one that you add on using PDF. Okay, so they will clean it. Okay, let's say for example, I don't like to write. Okay, I want to look something standard. You can do stamp. All right, let's say for example, you want to approve something. You can just click and then make it smaller. Okay, you can move around. If you don't like it, delete again. Okay, there are many stamps that you can use. So they will show sample like this, revise, even give you time. Let's say for example, you check the students' assignment, you check the students' work. Okay, you would like to tell them what time actually you have done. Then they will tell you the date, tell you the time, revise already or reviewed with your name, so that this one definitely, they will generate this PDF in macOS, right? They will generate using your account. So whatever account that you're using for your macOS, they will use your name under that. So they will definitely recognize their owner. So other people won't be doing that lah. Okay, so you can do confidential, you can sign. Okay, you can put this one and then you put here, ask the person to sign here. Okay, you can, you have a lot like for comment, not for public, void, okay? So quite standard, whether you approve or not approve, or this is a draft or final, you can use this, okay? Quite interesting lah for me. Then you can attach file, you can also attach your record audio, okay? So you want to add line or add any shapes, you can as well using this, okay? So this is the one. If let's say you don't want to do so many changes, okay, you don't want to comment, you just want to sign the document, you go fill and sign, okay? So you fill and sign, okay? So let's say, for example, you want to sign as usual. Let's say this is the one, then I add here. Okay, you want to change color, can. Let's say, for example, I change the color first, black. Then only I add the sign. Okay, so this one I approve. Something like that. Okay, you can put your sign here. Now, let's say, what if I want to type? You can always choose this AB, okay? You can type beside and then you add on, add longer sentence, for example. Okay? This is the one. So you can do this. So I actually use often for this feature lah, okay? Because when I teach my students essays or sentence, I will use this. Let's say the file is already in PDF, I cannot convert into Microsoft Word. Then what I can do, I will use this feature to type the sentence, the examples out, okay, to show them how actually it looks like and so on. This is my way. Okay, so you can do anything you like using PDF as well. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, then the next thing that we can do will be the VLC. Okay, so VLC is considered a common thing that you can use in macOS. Okay, why I say it's a common thing, because this file, right, is very this software or these apps is very convenient because they accept almost all the format. Okay, so these are the formats that I listed down for you, like MP3. This is a common one lah. MP3, AVI, WMV, WMA, MP4. Okay, these are the common one. Yes, but we do have other format like Flash, like standard MIDI. Okay, so you can use all this to view. Okay, let's say for example, okay, this is the VLC. Okay, let me close this one first. Okay, so you can play or anything. If let's say you don't want to choose from the folder, you know where is the file is. So let's say for example I have this already, so I just drag in. Okay, I just drag in. So I just play.
Bread takes time and patience, and things sometimes go wrong. But
okay,
that's such a beautiful product.
So you can try the volume. Okay. Now automatically the volume will be on 100. So you can see the line over here. You can see the line, okay, below there. Over the line means there's more than 100%. So you can just, if let's say you want to play something inside your class, a bigger class, a hall or something, you can always go out.
Red has always been around.
Okay, so you want to make it bigger, you can do this way. You want smaller and make it this one. Okay, so this is the MP4 version lah. Okay, let's say for example, I want to play a song. Okay, MP3 format. Okay, I always go for the basic one lah. Okay, so 100%. Go up, go down. Okay, so you can choose the volume that you like. Bigger, smaller. Okay, this one normally you don't do this lah. So let's say you just want to play as usual. Okay, you can hide it and do something else, or show other people something like slides and so on while I'm talking. You can do that way also. It's up to you. Okay, I like this because the adjustment of the volume. Okay, you can do as a background sound. Okay, so you can tell your students or tell your friends when they want to do some play or some presentation, they want to make it the feeling a bit relaxed, they can use this as well. Okay, so they can just adjust the sound based on their preference. Okay, so this is the last thing that I would like to share. Okay, so actually, if you have any questions, please drop any question in your Q&A box, then we will try our best to answer your questions lah. Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Chung, for the insightful coverage as to how we can use apps to enhance our teaching and learning. Step-by-step guide indeed for all of us. Now, we will proceed into a question and answer session, and we begin with a question directed to Ms. Chung. Ms. Chung, this question is for you. One of our participants has asked, since Keynote has so many beautiful templates, is it possible to use these templates in PowerPoint?
Yes, as I told you, you can use it, and then you let's say, for example, you have Keynote and also PowerPoint slides, but you would like to do adjustment in PowerPoint slides, then I will advise you to save it into PowerPoint, okay? You can choose any template. Let's say, for example, this one. A bit slow, huh? Wait, because it's just downloading. I never use this. Okay, let's say, for example, I like this color, wow, this ribbon color, and so on. Okay. Wait, I will share the screen for one. Okay. Wait. Okay, let's say, for example, this color, I like it. I would like to have it in my PowerPoint. Is it possible? Yes, yes, you can. So you other file, you export to PowerPoint. Okay, and then you click next. Okay, let's say, for example, I don't want to name anything first. I export first. Okay, then I go to my file. Okay, once you open, this is already in PowerPoint slides. So you can just add the same color using duplicate the slides or even new slides. Okay, you can copy the color, okay, into the next slides as well if you want to. So normally I will advise you to duplicate the slides so it will have the same color. So you can do adjustment of your wording and so on. As usual, whatever you have done in your PowerPoint slides before. Okay.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Chong.
Thank you.
The answer. There is one more question. I think it also regards something that you've spoken about, Ms. Chong. A question asking when marking students' answers in PDF format, the files are usually very big. It's about 1,000 kilobytes easily. What is your advice? Do you think it would be better to mark these answers in Word or in PDF?
The problem is if let's say the students depends on what format that they submit. If let's say they submit in PDF, you can mark using PDF like I shown just now. You can mark immediately because the marking they are not using as a image. They don't use it as image. Okay, so they won't save it as a big file, assuming that they have image inside. So you can just draw whatever it is. They will treat it as a wording. So the file size will not be that big, actually. So if you're asking me, I'll prefer using PDF because the margin and so on, right? It will actually reduce the problem in alignment.
Right. Got it. Thank you, Ms. Chong.
Okay, thank you.
Perhaps Mr. Lim, you can help us with this question. The pages on MacBook, are they fully compatible with the pages on iPad? And would there be format changes if we transfer the documents from iPad to Mac?
Hi. All right. Actually, hold on. Let me start the video. All right. Actually, for pages, okay, pages and the pages on Mac and also the pages on iPad and on iPhone, everything is the same. I mean, if you edit on your iPhone and then you edit on your Mac, okay, and then you sync them together, it's actually the same thing. All right, it's actually the same thing. So you don't have to worry about this.
Right. Thank you so much. Mr. Lim, while I have you on the line, another question directed at you. Regarding voice memo recording that you spoke about earlier, is it possible to trim these recordings?
Yes, you can. All right, let me show you. Right, let's say, can you see my screen?
We actually can't. Perhaps you'd like to reshare it.
Hold on. Share.
Okay.
Now?
Got it.
Okay, so let's say we go to voice memo. Okay, so this is my voices now. So now let's say I would like to trim. Okay, so what I do is I just edit recording. Okay, and then what I do is I just I move it down. Okay, so here's the trim feature. So now I can just trim it to whichever part I want. Okay, let's say I want this part only, right? And then I will just click trim and then save. Okay, if I want to replace, I can just replace. Okay, so now after you trim, what you do is you just drag. Is the same thing. You just drag to the desktop and then done. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Lim. Also, this may not be related specifically to the slides, but a participant wants to know if we wish to use Bluetooth keyboard or Bluetooth mouse on a Mac, do we have to buy an Apple product?
Okay, actually, there are a lot of accessories manufacturers that make accessories that is compatible with Mac. So like especially this company called Logitech, they actually make very nice keyboards, Bluetooth keyboards for Mac, and you can also connect it to your iPad, to your iPhone. So it's actually very handy. And they also have specific, because as we all know, the keyboard buttons for Mac and Windows are actually different. So they actually specifically design it to fit the design in Mac. Okay, so yeah, that's how it looks like. And then the Bluetooth mouse also is the same. Okay, they have Bluetooth mouse design, but honestly, if we talk about Bluetooth mouse, most of the Bluetooth mouse actually work on both platforms, Windows, Mac. Okay.
Got it. Good to know. Thank you, Mr. Lim. Perhaps one last question that we have time for today. Regarding dictionaries that that were recommended by you, Mr. Lim, or Ms. Chong, for Mac users, is there any other that might work besides Apple's built-in one?
Okay. Besides Apple's built-in one, all right. Let me share with you the desktop. Okay. Now, you can also consider a free option called dictionary.com. You can just type dictionary.com. All right. So this dictionary is pretty good as well. You can search for meanings, thesaurus, okay, and then you can learn a lot of words over here. Or you can also, if you, let's say you don't want to use Oxford, you can also go for Cambridge dictionary. Okay, just go to the website and then, yeah, you can just use it there, right?
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lim. I think that is likely all the time we have for questions and answers. Thank you so much to the participants for questions. Also, a very big thank you to our speakers, Mr. Lim Kun Yin and Ms. Chong Ziling. You have both given us a lot of insight, step-by-step guides, as well as to the various apps that would work well with the macOS in enhancing our teaching and learning experience, as well as making the most out of built-in systems that are already available to macOS users. Now, to the participants, if I may just remind you, kindly ensure that you have signed in and signed out, which means you would need to have made 2 entries for today's webinar, a sign in and a sign out. The links are posted in the chat. You can view them there right away. So please, once again, a reminder, sign in and sign out, 2 entries. Now with that, thank you all for joining us. I will now pass on back over to Mr. Tam. Mr. Tam, over to you.
Hello, hi, thank you, Mr. Liner, and also thank you for Mr. Lim. Also for the Ms. Chong to have so gorgeous presents for us. So Mac is really an interesting system for us to explore more. And before we come to the end, now allow me to brief you about the foundations programs that UTA offer. Okay, before we go through that, you can look through the slide. Actually, what is the foundation and what is the purpose for foundations? You can see if happen you are the SPM holder or you are attending the SPM next January, or you are the O-levels holder, then after you finish and you get the SPM certificate, and the next thing, the step out is, are you going to further study? If do, you have plenty of the pre-U options, because according to the government's rules in Malaysia, by SPM, you need to go through the pre-U first, only you can get through the bachelor degree. Okay, so what should you proceed? You can have the diploma, STPM, matrix, or even A-levels, but why we choose foundations, especially for Utah foundations? Because for foundation, actually provide you an express pathway, what we so call as express. Before we will talk about it later. Okay, after the foundations, we're going to proceed to the bachelor degree. And if you like to furthermore express in the academic area, then you can even proceed to the master and the PhD. Okay, now let me show you why we should choose the foundation, especially the Utah foundations. Okay, for Utah foundations, we offer it offered by the Center for Foundation Study, and we do have the foundation in arts and foundation in science. Okay, after the SPM, you only need to spend 1 year in foundations, then you can proceed to the bachelor degree. Compared to like diploma, maybe you need to spend 2 or 3 years, or even like the SPM, until you get the result, it almost like spend you 2 years, probably. So by SPM to the foundations, only 1 year to complete, then proceed to the bachelor degree. Okay, so you can see that just now we mentioned we offering the foundation in art and the foundation in science. But under the foundation in art or science, we still got different streams, different directions. This one is divert the students to a different bachelor degree. Example, like if you are interested in the business or accounting, or even like the finance, marketing related programs, right? We will offer you the Y streams, that is the accountancy and management streams. You are going to study, focus in the business study. And if you are more interested in the languages or like the social science, even the design, we have X streams. This one, the X streams, offering the different social science study or the design study. It depends on what kind of the bachelor degree you are interested. Okay, other than the foundation in art, we also have a foundation in science. For foundation in science, we have S streams and P stream. For S stream is specialized design for the students who are interested in the biological programs. So there's the biological science. And if you are more interested in engineering or IT programs, then we are offering you the P streams, that you're going to focus the study in engineering or the IT study. And how to arrange this? Actually, you don't need to worry about the streams. Once you submit the applications to us, the admissions are based on your result and the degree you prefer. They will assign you to the relevant foundations, so you don't need to worry about that. We will arrange this for you. Okay, and this one for your concerns, yeah, basically the same. Most of the foundation study, you can select whether you want to complete at Kampar or Sungai campus, but there are certain you need to complete at the selected campus. Example, for the Chinese study, the bachelor degree of Chinese study, if you're interested to, then the foundations you will need to complete at Kampar campus. And you can see in the slide, if you're more interested in the design, example like the graphic design or the game design, digital animations, or even like architectures, game developments, then for those, you need to complete the foundation at Sungai campus only. And if you happen to complete the foundation in the health science relevance, then you also need to complete the foundation at the Sungai campus. Example like interested in MBBS, nursing, Chinese medic, or the physiotherapists, right? For those, you can only complete the foundation at Sungai. The rest, example like engineering or psychology, business, is quite flexi. You can whether go through the Kampar or Sungai is okay, no matter where you should go through for the bachelor degree. Okay, so after the foundation, let me have a short introduce for you about the THE, the Times Higher Education ranking. So actually we are quite proud about this because for the 2020, we have been ranked for the 119 for the Asia University ranking. So in Malaysia, this ranking means that we are only the second place after the So for us, actually for UTAR established like no more than 20 years. With no more than 20 years, we have such the result. It's quite proud for us. And we would like to share the good news for you. Okay, after we come to the end, just now in the beginning, actually I mentioned about the Cyber Monday. From today until the 30th of August, we have a Cyber Monday daily inquiry. So if you are more interested or you want to know more about UTAR programs or any other about UTAR, you can go to our website, the Cyber Monday website. Then you can have a chat with us. We have the colleagues that stand by for live chat for you from 9 to 5. And other than the live chat, we're also offering the different live webinar. From today until 30th of August, every day we have a different topic of the live webinar. So we can go to our website to see which one you are more interested. You can register and you can attend from 2 to 3 p.m. Okay. From next today, later 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. actually we have one more difference, the webinar. So this is about the programs preview, Master of Information System. So if you are interested in IT, maybe you yet to get the bachelor degree, maybe like you only the SPM holder, but you can also attend for our live webinar to see what is a career pathway for our IT or what you can further into the Master of Information System. So you can don't forget for this. There is at 2 p.m. later today. Okay, last but not the least, this is our contact. You can go through the Facebook or WhatsApp, even the email, WeChat to contact us if you have any other more inquiries. And for today's the live webinar, the recorded video will post to the UTAR for you page in later soon. So if your parents or your friends that may be like not able to join us today, they can take a look and they can view it at the UTAR for you page later for today's webinar and for all the rest webinar. And come to here, we are almost the end. Thank you for joining us today and have a nice day to you. Bye bye. We see you later at 2 p.m.